Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about Wanted, Season 1, Episode 1. This is a very good Australian comedy slash drama series. I first got introduced with this with either What Culture or Watch Mojo when they recommended it, and I've never looked back since. I love this show to death. It is awesome. It has the right amount of humor added in with drama. The show stars that of Rebecca Gibney, who I've never heard of before, and she plays Lola. Lola is, okay, she's the blonde one. Lola is a woman who works at like a grocery store, a dead-end job, and she has a broken family. Her son barely talks to her, and there's something going on with like her husband and stuff like that. I think her husband lives in like New Zealand or something. And so then it also stars that of Geraldine Hakewill. She plays Chelsea or Chelsea. And Chelsea is a very young, very good-hearted woman who always wants to do the right thing. Has anxiety problems. I've never heard of this actress as either. She has like anxiety problems. I think she's also autistic. They revealed in the third season. Her father lives in Shanghai. Her mother is dead, and she lives with her somewhat boyfriend and stuff. And she has a very, very good, well job from her father. And so both her and Lola, they've never interacted before. They rode the same bus to work, but they've never talked to each other. However, Chelsea has observed that of Lola. And so it starts off in a very weird scene. It's all pitch black. Both women are scared. They're inside a trunk. And Chelsea is worried if they're gonna die and everything. Then it cuts back to the past of how all this started. They're waiting at a bus stop. They go to work. And so like Lola is just upset with this one prick dude at like her job who's like a customer and everything. And so she tries to like, call her son, but he doesn't want anything to do with her and stuff. Then we see Chelsea and everything. Is it Chelsea or Chelsea? I just say Chelsea. And so like she is at her job, and things are going like kind of okay. She's supposed to have like an audit and stuff like that. Well, one night when they're both gonna catch the bus, all of a sudden a car drives nearly into them, and it turns out the driver is like knocked out and everything. Lola tries to like help him, but then another car pulls up with two men dressed in ski masks and stuff. And one of the men shoots the driver to death that almost ran into them. So they witness a murder. And of course they're frantic and they're scared and stuff. And then so like then the driver of like the black ski dude mask dudes, he comes out because he's shocked and surprised all this is going on because he wasn't expecting somebody to get shot. And so then the dude with the gun is gonna shoot Chelsea and everything, and then so Lola saves her by tackling the guy. And so Chelsea is like wrestling with the other dude, and she pulls his mask off, seeing his identity. Then the gun goes off, and it's like, oh no, who got shot? Well, it turns out Lola shot like the other dude on the ground, but it's not really seen if she shot him or if his gun, because she kept twisting his gun around and stuff. So now the dude, his face exposed, he is panicked and freaked out. None of this was supposed to go down the way it was. They was just supposed to get whatever inside the car, in the trunk and stuff. And so he's panicking and frantic, and he tells both of them, get in the trunk. But Lola is the type who doesn't take orders very well. She will stand up for herself, and she will defy somebody even if a gun's in her face. And she's like, no, I'm not getting in the trunk and everything. And he's like, get in the trunk or I'll shoot her and blah, blah, stuff like that. So they both get in the trunk. So the dude is panicked, and he calls somebody, a man, to tell them, like, when did the plan change for like his partner to murder somebody and this and that. We was just supposed to get like the bag and that's it. Now we don't know who this other man is, but he turns out to be a corrupt cop. And so he's now having to investigate all this, and he is looking at surveillance footage and everything, and he sees that like there's a homeless man leaving with like a purse in his bag. Chelsea tells Lola, I can't even call like the police or nothing like that because my purse is missing because she left her purse behind. And so they're trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Lola suggests, moving around so she can get the tire iron, and Chelsea makes like some type of distraction so she can knock the dude out. Chelsea, however, because of her anxiety, she doesn't want no part of this, and she is just petrified, terrified, and everything. So eventually, the guy, he drives them to like an area, right? And so they're like, crap, this is gonna happen, they're gonna die. So Chelsea finally makes that distraction, and she's all like, I have to use the restroom. So he's like, go over there. And so Chelsea's all like, well, I can't go if you're looking and making me nervous and everything. But this does not give Lola the time she needs to like knock the dude out. So because of this tiny distraction and everything, and Chelsea's kind of like, I can see you don't want to do this. Just like, let us go. And he's like, shut your mouth. She's like, no, I won't shut up. Like, she is defiant, man. Like, this woman has been through a lot. And you go through the course of the show knowing she has a shady background herself. A bit of a criminal one a little bit. And so he puts them back on. He wants to put them back in the trunk, but Chelsea makes the excuse of, oh, she's claustrophobic, or one of them's claustrophobic. So he lets one of them drive while he's in the back seat with the other. And so then they drive to like, a abandoned car lot. Chelsea, while driving, she can see there's a phone in the car. So she hides it with her foot. And then when she gets to the place, she makes another excuse by using the restroom. She grabs the phone, and when she goes behind the car, she calls the police, not knowing the police are corrupt. This gives away their position and so like the corrupt cop dude sends another in. And so when the dude's like talking to Lola and everything, he's looking for Chelsea and he doesn't know where she's at. She hightailed it. So he's chasing after her while Lola's running in a different direction and everything. These two always get themselves in a situation, and somehow they're able to figure out how to get out of this situation in the most comedic, odd kind of way it is. It has a perfect blend of that of humor and drama and suspense. I love it. So anyways, the other cop dude shows up, and Chelsea like flags him down, and so he tells her get in the car. Lola later on gets in the car, but he locks the car, and so they're kind of like, why would he lock the car for? Then when he finds the other dude, he shoots the dude. They realize, oh crap, he's a crooked cop too, and that, this is why Lola didn't want her calling the police, because they can't trust the police and stuff. And so like, turns out that dude's not dead. He's wearing a vest, and he shoots the other cop dude. With Lola and them out the car, finally, he gets like so scared, he just takes off and running. And so like, when they look in the trunk to see what all this commotion's about, it's money. Tons and tons and tons and tons of money. Lola's kind of like, she has this weird look on her face. Like, you can tell she's going to keep that money. So they hop in the car and they drive off, and they don't know where they're going to go. So they go back to Chelsea's place, since it's like a big mansion type place that's empty. And so the cop, he finds that homeless man and forces him to tell him, to give him up that purse. With that, he has Lola addressed, and he heads to that of Lola's place. And so like, they're not Lola, but Chelsea's place. So he takes Lola hostage and want to know where Chelsea is and all this other crap. She pretends like she don't know, and so Chelsea sneaks up on him and sprays him with hairspray in the face. They don't take his gun, they don't kill him or nothing, they just take off and run, and they hop back in the car because Chelsea hid the money and stuff, because she's all like, when you have a whole lot of money, you're supposed to hide it. So they put it back in the trunk and they drive off, trying to figure out what the world they're gonna do. Chelsea still wants to call the police, but Lola tells her, fool, you can't call the police because they're crooked and everything. And so they're gonna figure out what they're gonna do and everything. And the thing is that they, of course, get blamed for the murder of all those people that end up dead. So now they're on the run by having the police chase them down. In season 1 is all about Australia. In season 2, it leads them somewhere to New Zealand. And season 3, it leads them back and forth because they're trying to figure out who is this mastermind behind all this crooked cop stuff and trying to, like, you know, clear their name. And it's a very fascinating show because the crooked cop dude is working for some old grizzly dude who likes to play golf and everything. And it's really fascinating because these are two women who don't know each other, have like their worlds apart, but yet they're, like, you know, brought together by this crazy occurrence and everything. And so, like, it turns out the cop that was in the junkyard, he's a former crooked cop. So this one good cop who's trying to figure out what the world's going on is kind of confused as to how these women are involved with this one crooked cop and all this other stuff, not knowing his partner is crooked himself. This is on Netflix, and the thing is, when the show ended in season 3, nobody knew this show ended. The actresses never let the fans know. None of the networks, the Australian network and Netflix, never let nobody know. So for many years, even till this day, people never knew it was canceled. And this show came back out in 2016. Well, on Wikipedia, they finally announced that there are no more seasons that's going to be made. And the show ended in a way that was both satisfying and a tiny bit of a cliffhanger, trying to see if they can get like another season and stuff. And it's really disappointing because season 3 is not my favorite and stuff. And season 1 and 2 I really like. This is a really unique, oddball kind of show. And I'm totally digging it. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.